I have 16. Takes about 2 or so to kill one of those guys. While I'm here, I'm going to take this, this is the pawn. How many of them are gone? Knight's still there. And... Wait, is the knight in the right spot? Oh look, the knight's in the right spot for once. It was not in the right spot in the normal way. It's in a different spot altogether. I guess they made the puzzle easier? I don't know. Maybe they made the puzzle easier, maybe they didn't. I don't care. So I'm wary of not taking herb with me at this point. After what happened last time we didn't. Don't save on my hardcore mode. Which one are we on here? Whatever, we are here now. Alright. One exit. Like, there's a zombie right there. Do I shoot him with the handgun? Wow. The frame rate. That zombie's frame rate is bad. He's moving at like 2 miles an hour. You know what? He can't even get to me. I don't have the bridge down. This is just target practice. I almost feel bad for him. I mean, he's taking like 20 shots. Yeah, for whatever reason, even if it's not a real thing, the distance for this... I wish I could crush him with this. But there's no environmental hazards in this game at all. I mean, I was expecting you to eventually go down. Probably still not dead. Nope. There's like nothing left, sir.
Shit!
There was like nothing left of him and he was still getting up. His face, his arms, his belly. Well, we don't have to worry about this one too much. 212, 8. Easiest one in the game. It's the shot. It's the... No. A better weapon. I made my super shotgun. I have my super magnum. I have my boss killer weapons. Dad, I was watching these people play Resident Evil 2, this game. They've never played it again before, but they never looked at the badge, so you understand what that means. Yeah, get that. So, at this point, they haven't gotten the Magnum. They're in the sewers, about to fight without the Magnum. They're gonna fight monsters like they're gonna fight G mutants without Magnum. Because they couldn't figure out how to examine the item. Sir, if you're still alive after all that, he's not. Yeah. There's one in the water. Not. No. No point. Also, we forgot the T-bar again. I always do that. T-bar. T-bar is by the station. I always forget to do that. I always walk down here first. You don't go down here first. You go to the T-bar first. It is... like, you can barely see the doors half the time. How dark it is. Do you? I hear electronics. There's the T-bar. I've never used the T-bar up all the way. On my don't use the box everything, that was in my inventory the entire game. Yeah, I couldn't drop it. I couldn't find... I mean, I'd never really looked around the entire sewer to find it, but there's no real reason for me to do it. There's no real reason for me to go over here yet. There's a grenade. Going over there just yet, I'll just activate another G mutant for no reason. I have to go this way first. What's my inventory looking like? I got 3 spots open, which is not great, unfortunately. Very likelihood is we'll probably be using most of the Magnum rounds here anyway. Well, there's 3 or 4 G mutants in this little area, but we need 4 spaces open. But you know why. I mean, the plugs are over here for one. Darn, we don't have enough space. The key was here too. We don't have enough space. I could throw the grenades at the G mutants. I guess that's something. Like, I don't know how to get to that one. I'm sure there's a way to do it, and I'm sure it's easy, but I've never bothered. What's up there? Just another shortcut, but I never figured out how to get to it. There's herb. We'll take the herb. Look at the chest buster.
What the
Bye,
hell
buddy.
was that? Oh my god. This is getting worse.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? Can I fire? Can I see one over here? No, it's way too dark. Darn it, he's poisoned. My aim is worse because he's poisoned. Oh, he's dead. Do I use it now? Might get poisoned again. Oh, it slows me down too. Oh, there's one right there? I didn't... Wait.
Toxin out. Now what? Just
So, is the Magnum with the scope stronger? Stop flailing! It does seem to be taking a lot more shot to kill the thing without the scope. It might be the scope actually does work that way. It does have an actual damage work to it. I think a zombie? I mean, what was it supposed to do? There was a G mutant behind me. Oh, there goes my grenade. I didn't throw either of them. I did open the spot. So, now I know the little ones can actually poison you. Didn't know that. Did you know that? I've been using up a lot of my grenades, and that's not great. We don't have that yet. They put a zombie and an extra G mutant in that area. This part. This puzzle's actually... It's a lot easier than it looks. Oh, is that the zombie that gets up? Didn't even notice him before. It was so dark I couldn't even see him. So we go up the ladder, steps. Another zombie fall? Oh, I guess he still spawns? Or was it a different zombie altogether? Jump down. Oh, this is a different zombie. That one might have... Get off me. They might have just spawned another zombie or something. This part looks a lot harder than it actually is. That's it. That's the end of the puzzle. Puzzle's over. Oh, we don't need this one. Grab this. That's oh, we didn't get the we forgot the flamethrower. You didn't say anything. Why didn't you say anything? I mean, you should have said something. I mean, we have to do the whole puzzle over now. You should have said something. Yeah, but now I don't... Puzzle's complete. I don't even know how the puzzle's gonna work now. Huh. Huh. Interesting. I think I've locked myself out of getting the flamethrower now, Dad. Thanks. Blue herb right there. Good. Just the green one. King here. Get that flamethrower finally. Do you think that does the scope make the difference? Because I was doing less damage to it, wasn't I? Did it feel? The G mutants plants. Was I doing less damage to it? It seemed like I was. Like I was killing them before, like one shot, wasn't I? Well, I mean, not one shot, but I was doing a lot better than that. It's an interesting little thing. I don't know if the scope actually does make a difference. It might actually do. It might actually make a big difference. I have no inventory space right now, but that's fine. We have to get past the G mutants again. I can run past the one, I think. The other one's gonna... Oh, there he is. He's over there. There's another zombie? Where's the zombie? I mean, it is a zombie. Where... Oh, the what? So all they did was just add more zombies. I don't understand. So B is just a slightly harder version of A. Doing a good job, because I can't hear them. It's like I'm tickling him with this gun. I could... I mean, you're right. I can't see him. I don't know if he's still there. What a worthless gun. Bullets have been very scarce. I like my shotgun. Am I just doing no damage to this guy?
Son of a bitch.
There, he's dead. Want the knife. 7 shotgun shells to kill that dude. I don't know if I'm... What am I doing wrong? Did it always take that many to kill them dudes? I was killing them not too hard. They weren't that hard to kill. Well, there's one left. Oh, there was a thing there. Oh. We'll have to come back. I'm not hitting the eye. I think I'm just missing the eye now. Is that what's going on? I'm just missing the eye? I think my aim's just worse or something. I did. I mean, I had to save this this B for Magnum rounds since I'm almost out of them. What's this? Blue herb? That's fine. I can get rid of, well, we always need those. 82.
Shotgun shell?
Yeah. No, thank you. I mean, I could go back, get flame rounds, whatever, but I'm pretty good. Is there anything else in this room other than this film? Am I gonna have less inventory in this version? Do you think? I can't tell if I'm gonna have less or not. Ah, just gotta... Nah, he's... I think another zombie fell. I'm sure at least a couple of them hit. He's a little bit dead. Is that B? I mean, this will take me back.
Back.
back. I mean, I might as well take it, I guess. I mean, there's no real point in going over this way. Unless I was going back for the Magnums thing, but I don't feel like going all the way back just for that. It would take me back to the police station, yes. But I don't really need to go back to the police station. Yeah. Oh, that's plenty. That's enough to put this in. And grab this. And we'll make something with that, I guess. Not sure what. I can't make Magnum rounds with the large ones. Well, we can throw away this key and get that. We're pretty much done the sewer. What's this? It was the thing going up. When you pick the... So yeah, we're pretty much done we're done. We're going over, have ourselves a little boss fight. Hope not. How many handgun bullets do you think it'll take me to fight William with? Two? One?
Dude!
You think I'm beating with one bullet? One handgun bullet? With this super handgun I have in my hand? I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does a lot of damage. Infinite. It does infinite damage. That's what it means. Infinite
damage on you.
Infinite damage on me. That's horrible. Why would you ever do that to me? This is the queen. Alright, that's the queen. And if I remember correctly, it's the rook on... Oh wait, this might be different. Let's say. The rook's next to the knight, but not facing the queen. The king ain't next to the queen, but facing the knight. Right? At the end, and the knight's where the... Oh no, it's completely different. It's completely different. The rook's next to the... is next to the knight, but not facing the queen. Alright, so the rook goes here then, right? Which one's the rook, Dad? Is this the rook? Yeah, this is the rook. So the rook has got to be here. But it's not facing the knight. I mean, not facing the queen. So the queen can't be there anymore. So the queen has to be here. By the process of elimination, it has to be here. So that means this has to be here.
Come on.
Or this one has to be there. Which one did I take out? This one? Help me. Didn't work. Alright. Let's go back to this.
Next to the knight.
But not facing the queen. The king ain't next to the queen, but facing the knight. Right at the end. Facing the king ain't next to the queen, but facing the knight. Which one's the knight? This is the knight, right? So this has got to be the king, right? Is that the king right there? Yeah, it's the king. Oh, it's the queen. Why is the queen there? Because the queen... Wait. Sorry. Are the plugs in different spots? I don't understand, because it said that the knight is next... That the rook is next to the knight. There's the knight. There's the rook.
Right.
And it says the queen can't be facing the knight. The king ain't next to the queen. The rook's next to the king, but not facing the queen. Oh, you mean the queen can't be on the side, maybe?
Right.
Ah, okay. So the queen's got to be here, then. It can't be facing it, so it's got to be on the side. Okay. And the king's not next to the queen, but the king is facing the knight, right?
Yeah. Oh, there, yeah. Right.
And this is the...
Yeah.
So this is... Which one do I have right here? Which is this? Is this the king? This is the king. Okay. So we're messing something up here. The rook's... The rook's next to the knight, but not facing the queen. the king ain't next to the queen, but facing the knight, right? At the end, right at the end.
So
But it says
knight
right at
and
the end.
Queen, king, right there. They're facing each other, but not next to the queen.
Which one's
Is that the
this?
queen?
That's not the queen. That's the bishop.
The bishop.
Bishop goes where? The rook has to be next to the knight. The knight's supposed to be here, right?
Right.
See, the only way this doesn't work, the only way this is be different is if the plugs aren't in the right spots at all. Like if I have to take the knight out of that spot. Or we're misunderstanding how this works. The rook is next to the knight, but not facing the queen. When it says not facing, does that mean not next to or not across from? I would have thought not across
Not
from.
across from.
Yeah, I know, I have it in my hand because it didn't work. So I thought the queen could have to be here because the king can't be next to the queen. The queen was right here. But the king has to be facing the knight, right? Oh. I didn't read the last part. The knight ain't where the case marking says.
Oh, well,
That changes everything.
of course it does.
That means they could be anywhere. I mean, where does it go? Like that's the stupidest.
So that means that the knight and the rook are not.
Well, yeah, that means these.
Well, you can change them.
I mean, that means everything but the pawn are in the wrong spot. I mean, we'll need these herbs and things. And I'm gonna put the play bar away. I'll just put the stuff away so we can have all of these puzzle pieces here. Alright, every puzzle piece except for the pawn are wrong. Because it says it right at the very bottom. I didn't read that far. Knight ain't where the casing marking says. So that changes the entire puzzle. Okay. I wish I'd read that at the start. Okay. So the rook's next to the knight, but not facing the queen. The king's next. The king ain't next to the queen, but facing the knight, right? At the end, right at the end. What does that mean?
Right at the end. Right at the end.
So which way is which? So
This is the right to the end.
so this is where. Which right? My right or this? Because the pawn's there. So does that mean the king goes there?
I would think so.
But that has no. It can't be that way either.
The rook is next to the knight, but not facing the queen. The king ain't next to the queen, but facing the knight.
Right at the end.
Right at the end. Right at the end.
But that's where we had the king before, though. And the king has to be facing the knight.
It's to the right side.
But it can't be there, because the knight can't be there.
Wait a minute, look on this.
On what?
What is that, the knight?
That's the pawn. The pawn's fine. The pawn's in the right spot. The only ones we have no idea which one goes where. Except for the pawn. That's the only one we had. It's a process of elimination because we have 5 different choices. The rook is next to the knight. So wherever the knight goes, the rook has to be next to it.
And what's over there? The
There's
pawn.
nothing. No, the pawn's only in one spot. But it doesn't say anything about the pawn. The rook's next to the knight, but not facing the queen. So the queen can't be facing the knight at all. The king is facing the knight. So wherever the knight goes, the king has to go across from it. Why does it keep going away? Stop going away. I'm trying to figure this out. The knight is right next. The rook is next to the knight, and the king is across from the knight. So wherever we put the knight, we have to put the king across from it. I wish the thing would stop leaving. The rook's next to the knight, but not facing the queen. The king ain't next to the queen, but facing the knight, right? At the end. So what is right at the end? Because right now, the pawn is in the spot. The pawn is right. Unless the pawn's wrong too, that's the problem. The only one that says it's not right is the knight. But does that mean the pawn is wrong as well? If the pawn is wrong, then none of this makes sense. Because we have no idea.
Pawn would-
Yeah, the pawn has to... I mean, for starters, it has to be right. The fact that the knight can't go here is one thing, though.
So the knight and the rook, where's the rook?
The rook is next to the knight.
Okay, put the rook where the knight goes. Put the rook where the knight goes.
Alright, I'm following you. You want to put the knight here, then.
Right. And put the knight there.
Which one's the knight? The horse?
Yep.
So the knight go... Oh, wait. You know what? This is where the knight was before, in the first version.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm saying... No. In A, this is where the knight was. Okay, that's right then. So maybe, I don't know. So the rook's there, the knight's there. The king has to go here, if that's true. If we're going off this, the king has to go here. Which one's that? This is the king, right? Is that...
I don't know. Examine it before you throw it in there.
King plug, yeah. So the king has to go here then.
Right.
And then that means the queen has to go over here. Because it can't be next to the king.
That's right.
And then the bishop goes there. That's where the bishop was to start. No. Alright. Something's wrong. Well, we can change the king and we can change the knight and the queen. The rook and the queen can go different spots. No, that didn't work either. Alright. I'm not looking it up. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna solve it.
We'll do it the other way.
I can't do it the other way. The knight can't be at the end. See, the thing is, the knight can't be here. And because of that, the king can't be here.
Right.
So the king can only be here or here. So the king could be here.
Yeah, go for that.
The knight would be here then. That means the rook would be here. Where's the rook? We didn't take the rook out. Where's the rook at? We don't have... Where's the rook at?
It's in there somewhere.
Where did we put the rook? Oh, we put it over here. The rook would have to go here. Then... Which one's the king? We have the king here. No, that's the queen. Which one's the king? The king is... That doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Because the queen can't be on the same side as the king.
I know that.
Well, there's two spots, and both of them are next to the king. I can't put it there.
You can't put what there.
The king can't go next to the queen. The king ain't next to the queen.
Okay, we'll
Put the what?
queen in the middle, over to the other side.
What?
Put the queen right there. The other side. What's in there now?
The knight. The knight and the rook are next to each other.
So what's on the other end? The pawn?
Yeah, the pawn's there. This puzzle's... I hate these puzzles. The king can't go here. If the king can't go here, the knight can't go here. So the king has to go here then.
Okay, try that.
That means the... Yeah, this is the right side, of course, right? Will this be considered the right side? There goes the knight. There's the rook. Did it say anything about the queen? Wait.
Queen can't be
The king ain't next to the queen, but facing the knight, right? At the end. So it has to be the king here, knight here. The queen has to be here then. And then this one is the bishop. It has to be this. Okay. We figured it out, Dad. We did it.
Okay.
We
Almost
puzzled
there,
that out. That one was a lot more annoying because of the fact that the knight wasn't in the right spot. You had to do it from just one enemy, one thing. I think that's the end of it, though. We'll come back and fight William and try to do other puzzles that'll probably be different. I mean, the puzzles are only slightly different.
Holy.
I mean, so far, the only things that have been different about this has been the puzzles. And they made the puzzles harder. That's about all it's been. Like, I like this puzzle. I like this puzzle way more than the other puzzle we did. The electric puzzle is horrible. I hate that puzzle so much. I could take these things. It doesn't really matter. They don't do anything. I can't do nothing with those things. We have a lot of gunpowder. Regular gunpowder, anyway. But we don't have any, We have blue herb, I think. We have one. We have mixed herb. I'm gonna take this, and a blue. Mix it all up. We puzzled that out, Dad. We did it. Amisino. We did it. We did it. You know, at this point, I think I can just throw away this infinite handgun and just use the regular handgun, because we have so many bullets for it. But then, I mean, we can use the regular...
Other gun's more powerful.
What other gun?
The other gun.
The Matilda? Probably. I mean, we don't have that many bullets for it, to be fair. We could have made a lot of bullets. But I didn't want to use the big ones on just... I didn't want to use the big one on that. So what do you think we should do? There's a lot less bullets than I thought it was going to be. Or I could have made more, but I didn't. I'm going to equip this, reload it. And put it away for now, I guess. We'll try to do with just the Matilda, if we can. I mean, not the Matilda, with the infinite gun, but might not be able to. Because the other weapons are running out of bullets pretty quickly. Well, anyway, that should be it for now. We'll come back and we'll deal with the rest of the level, the laboratory and all that.